In this demo, we'll be looking at a fictitious case of Albert Einstein leading a team to develop an international airport. Now, developing an international airport is a pretty big project, and Albert is a pretty smart guy, so naturally he uses Quasimodo. To start using the software, he needs to log in. So he specifies his username and his password, and he logs in. He sees the welcome screen and his name appears in the top left corner. On the top he sees the Quasimodo menu, which he can use to go to the different features of Quasimodo, and we'll be using this menu to demo the software. So let us start by clicking on Projects. This shows us all the projects that Einstein is currently working on. We see that right now he's working on a single project, which is the airport development project. We can see the status of the project, we can see how many milestones have been completed, and we can see the estimated completion date of the project. To learn more details about the project, we can simply click on it. And this renders the full view of the project. So we will go step by step and see what kind of information we can see on this page. On the very top, we can see the name of the project, its current status, its parent project, and whether it's a billable project, which means that if this project is being done for another company and you are going to bill your hours to that company, you can see that information right here. You can also see the estimated completion date for this project. Further down, we can see all the milestones for this project. We can see the status of each milestone, and we can also see the estimated completion date for each milestone. If we scroll in this table, we can see that some milestones have been completed, others are active, and some have not yet been started. Next, we see a description of the project. Here is just a one-liner, but it can be as long as you want it to be. Next, we see who is leading the project and the names of all the team members. If we scroll down, we can see all the formal requirements of the project and their status. Enumerating your project requirements like this at the very beginning of the project ensures that all your team members are clear as what is the end goal of the project, and this keeps everybody focused and on the same page. Next, we see all the sub-projects for this project. We can see their status and the estimated completion date. We see here that the estimated completion date has not been set for any sub-project. This is because this is a brand new project. But as that information is entered, Albert Einstein will see it immediately reflected on this page. At the end of the project view, we see all the dependencies of this project. Here we see that this project does not depend on any other project, but if it was, then all the projects that it depends on would have been listed here. Later on in the demo, we'll see another project which does have dependencies. Now that we have seen the detailed view of the project, let us spend a little bit of time to understand sub-projects. If we scroll down, we can see that Albert Einstein has divided the project into 5 sub-projects, and he can see the status of each project and also the estimated completion date. If he needs more information about any sub-project, he can simply click on it, and this will render the page for that sub-project. So we can see all the details about the sub-project. Very importantly, we can see that the sub-project has been handed off to a different team led by Reza Farhani. If we scroll further down, we can see that Reza himself has divided the project into several sub-projects. He can monitor their status and see their estimated completion date. Once again, if Reza wanted to see more details about any sub-project, he can simply click on it. And this will render the view for that sub-project. So we see that he has created this new sub-project and handed it off to Katerina Poulos and a different team. If we scroll down, we see Katerina herself has divided the project into several more sub-projects, and she too can find details of any sub-project by simply clicking on it, which will render the page for that sub-project. We just saw how easy it is to create sub-projects, to navigate them, to delegate them, and also to monitor them. There is no limit to how many sub-projects you can create in Quasimodo. In fact, we recommend that you create as many sub-projects as possible, because the smaller a project gets, the easier it is to manage it and to monitor it. Quasimodo is highly scalable, so even if you create thousands of sub-projects, it will not affect the performance of the software.